Now, I've been doing a series of videos here on my channel looking at different locations. Eleko versus Epe, Epe versus Mowe, Ikorodu versus Alagbado, Sokoto versus Awoyaya. And in this episode, we'll be looking at 800k land, 800k per plot land in Ibadan versus a 800k per plot land in Epe. Where should you invest? Now, in case you are coming across the video like this for the first time, this is Meet the Property Guy Property channel. And this way we discuss everything real estate for avid investors who have been investing already, first-time investors who are just starting to invest, and beginners who just want to start to invest here in Lagos. We share tips, guides, and advice on the different ways, different returns you can make. Either you are investing for land banking, you are investing for short stays, you are investing for rentals, or even you want to invest to stay. We share tips, guides on documentations, on risk, return rates, appreciation rates on your investments. So after watching this particular video, I will also advise you also go through our previous videos. There are so many videos I've done, different series of videos that I've done on property investor series, about Ibejuleki, about Epe. You are definitely going to learn a lot. So let's go into the topic. 800k land in Ibadan versus 800k land in Epe. Where should you invest? Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, that Epe is still Lagos, although Epe is also a border town because there is a part of Epe that is also around the Igboye, Ogun State too. But most of Epe, where people are investing right now, Ketu Epe, Ijako, Poka, Eredu, Iragushi, Ilara, Igbonla, they are still all in Lagos. So which means that the property appreciation you'll be getting in Epe will definitely still rise faster than the property appreciation you'll be getting in Ibadan. Now, because some land in Ibadan are selling at 800k, 500k, 750k, 950k, don't think that Ibadan land is cheap. Those places that are selling 800k land in Ibadan is also outskirts of Ibadan, it's bush. Most of the places inside Ibadan town, I'm not from Ibadan, so I don't know Ibadan. So most of the places inside Ibadan town also are much more expensive. Land is like 4 million, and around Ibadan GRA, land is even like 35 million, 50 million for a plot. Yes, Ibadan is that expensive too, because the population is there, the demand is there too. So a lot of places in Ibadan too are quite expensive. So the places that are selling at 800k, 600k, 950k for a plot, all these places where Gracias, MKH, Agbowa are also launching their properties around Moniya are all outskirts of Ibadan. Just have it in mind first. They are all outskirts of Ibadan. Epe too right now is still like outskirts of Lagos too anyway. So investing in outskirts of Ibadan at 800k per plot, and then investing in outskirts of Lagos, maybe around Epe now at 800k per plot, in terms of returns, appreciation, Epe wins, because the appreciation rate that you'll be getting in Epe far beats what you'll be getting in the outskirts of Ibadan, around Moniya and so on. Now for Epe, we're looking at like 100% appreciation rates at worst in 15 months. So that means that now that you are buying Epe right now at 800k or 1 million, in 15 months time, that land is already 1.5, 2 million naira for a plot, guaranteed. And in 4 to 5 years time, you are looking at minimum of 300% return on your investment, which means that by 4-5 years time, that land at 800k, 1 million naira per plot, we are looking at 3 million to 4 million naira for a plot by 4 years time. So you can look at the appreciation rates. Now for Ibadan is definitely not going to command as much appreciation rate as Epe. So let's say 5 years, 6 years time, we are looking at between 200 to 50% return on investment at that 5-6 years time. Now let's look at the landmarks. For Epe, we have the proposed airport, we have the Alao City, we have the free trade zone, we have the water view, Iseyin is there, Lagoon Front is there, also tapping into the water view of Epe and also making that location much classy and much more premium. So which means that because a lot of developers are going to Epe, bringing crazy and massive housing development, estate development into Epe, is also transforming the look of that location, and also definitely you'll be jacking up the price of that property or properties in that location. Now the same thing is also happening in Ibadan too. Now for Moniya right now, where Garcias, MKH, Agbowa are all going to invest and try to sell properties for investors, there are also fantastic landmarks in that location. The train station is there, existing already, where people are already taking train from Lagos to Ibadan or from Ibadan back to Lagos. There is also the dry ports at Moniya too. That's a federal government project. They have not started. The airport too in Epe, they have not started. So it's 1-1. Now again, the Oyo State government also have an industrial estate. They have already marked the site, massive hectares of land. So they are trying to mimic the free trade zone in Bejuleki around Moniya to have an industrial estate where everything there will simply be manufacturing companies. So they are trying also to open a place for industries, for manufacturers, for factories, so that it can boost their economy and also open up that location very well. So Moniya also have that potential as much as what Ibejuleki have. A dry port, a train station, and an industrial estate, just like what we have in Ibejuleki. Now, so because Agbowa is going there, MKH is going there, Garcias is going there, and more companies, Makbudi too is there, more companies is definitely going to be going there. It's also going to jack up the price of the properties in that axis. That's one fantastic thing real estate companies they do. They are very good at that. The properties that are selling right now at maybe 800k or 950k, in 1 year time, the company will just come and increase the price, double the price, even though they not do any infrastructure there or they not do any development there. They'll just manipulate it and just increase the price, and once they increase it, they have increased it. So based on my prediction, also the presence of all these real estate companies in this location will also boost that location, and as much as this company will definitely manipulate the price and start to tell you that your property have started appreciating, it means that it's good for investment, because that price will always continue going up. The reason why they always tell you that try to double the price is because they only tell you that your money is not a waste, even though they are not doing anything there. Now, in terms of security on investments, the property that you are buying in Ibadan is safer. The Oyo State government are definitely not going to be as land grabbing as Lagos. Lagos State government are the biggest land grabbers in Nigeria. So the land that you are buying at 800k or 1 million naira in Epe right now is still not 100% safe, but that land is not CFO. And Lagos State government at any point of time, even right now, they started paying families hectares, acres of land in Epe just to convert some of those land into acquisition. Some are forestry, some are tourism, some are agric land now in Epe. The government has already started paying families compensation right now, and they'll continue paying families compensation like for the next 2 years. So that's why some smart real estate companies in Epe have already started applying for government allocation on their estates, just to secure the investments of investors. So the land that you are buying is 800k in Ibadan right now. Likely for the next 3 years, the next 4 years, even if you don't do any other perfection or documentation on that land, the land will likely still be safe. Far safer than the 800k land that you buy in Epe and you did not do anything. So in terms of title security, you are getting far better title security for those who are investing in Ibadan at that same price. Even the one by Garcias is governor's consent, which means that even the title is almost like 100% secured. So these are the conditions, these are the comparisons that you need to be looking at. So if you have already been investing in Epe or already invested in Epe, you've already invested in Ibejuleki, then it's not a bad idea at all for you to consider getting like maybe 3 plots or 6 plots around that location, because you never can tell. that location that you are looking at that is Ibadan now, it can also transform and can be the talk of town in 5 or 6 years time. That's just the truth. So having 3 plots or having 6 plots there is not bad for investment at all, because it's even likely that after you have invested maybe at 800k per plot, you hardly don't have to do any other thing in terms of documentation, and your property will be secured. But in Epe, your 800k land is standing on one leg. Standing on one leg. So in terms of title security, you have to look at that particular option. Like I said, I don't want to sound scary for a lot of people, so I don't want to see you to see my advices or my suggestions or my warnings on my channel as making you scary. Don't mind my bluntness. Now what we are just trying to do, we are trying to tell you can make money and you can also lose money. So we are trying to advise you on the way you can maximize on how much you can make, and as well as manage and minimize the risk to reduce how much you can lose. You get it now? So investing in Epe at 800k per plot, as long as you check the land, check the survey, make sure it's a free land and it's land that you can at least still perfect, is good. If you have invested enough in Epe, good. Have something to, maybe 3 plots or 2 plots in Moniya too, because those ones are going to give you less headache. You don't have to worry about the government coming there any 3 years or any 4 years time, because the title is far more secured, and also the government are not as land grabbing as Lagos state government. So in case you want to invest in any of these locations, maybe you want to invest on some of the options we have in Igboye, because I have properties I'm selling in Igboye, on the locations we have selling in Igboye, or the locations we have selling in Ibadan. Yes, we have properties, we have options in Ibadan also that we can give you to invest. You can definitely reach out to us on WhatsApp, and that's why we always come here. That's why I always come here on my channel to advise you, tell you about these locations, so that when you want to invest, when we are telling you that okay, we have this property here, we have this estate here, it will be easier for you to understand the return you can make and the risk that comes with this location. So as the number 1 property on the planet, your property advisor, your property consultant, Rabi Mustafa, thanks for following us. Do give us a thumb like if you find this video very educative, and also subscribe to our channel, be a fan of our channel, share with your friends also, so you can have more viewers, more subscribers that are also going to be learning from our videos. Thanks once again, and see you next time.